So now that we've got these few rocks set to begin our layer of strata, it's kind of a natural look. Now, one thing you want to avoid when you're trying to create a natural look of a rock formation is what we call the tombstone look. And that's when a rock is just placed haphazardly in the garden and it looks like you buried a pet there or something like that. That's what you want to avoid. Now, when it comes to setting these rocks in place, there are a couple of key things to remember. One of the most important is that you have the strata lines all running in the same direction. Now, each individual rock will have these lines, and you can see these right here, but make sure they're all going the same direction. They can be horizontal, or like we've done here, we've added a little bit of a lift. Another thing to do is to be sure and tuck the soil up underneath the rock. And this will ensure that when those plant roots start growing up under there, they're not going to run into a pocket of air and dry out. So spend a lot of time, get that soil tucked really good up underneath the rocks. Now, on the flat rocks, an important thing to remember is to have the surface of these rocks slanting backwards into the hill. Now, the reason for this is that when the water from rainfall or irrigation will land on this and run backwards and seep into the soil, thus watering the plants. Now, if you tilted this rock forward, the water would hit the surface, pick up speed, run over the top, and cause a lot more erosion problems. And finally, once the rock is in place, a good idea is to bury the rock by at least 1/3. So we're going to pull some soil down around the rock here to make it look like it's set here for years, and the rain and weathering has just kind of buried this rock a little bit. We didn't just plop it on the ground. Now you can see that we've left some gaps in our line of strata here, and we did that on purpose to make it look like it's weathered and deteriorated, and we can give this rock the look that it was once part of this line of strata, and then it broke free and tumbled into place right here. And this is a good thing to do with some of those unique rocks that you might find that have a lot of character, that you want to position with their best face forward. That way you don't have to pay attention to the strata lines. Now, another neat thing to do when placing your rock is to create the look of a cracked or deteriorated rock. And I'll show you how to do that right down here. We'll take this rock, kind of snuggle it in there, and you see it's kind of got a flat face right here. And here's another one that has kind of a flat side, and we'll just position them right next to each other, and we'll make sure that their strata lines are still going in the same direction, and we'll just snuggle that one right up against that one. Again, bury them by about 1/3, and this creates just a great environment for plants to plant some real small plants down in the crack of this rock, and it looks like it was once one big rock and it cracked over time. So keep working on your garden, adding more layers of strata, more pieces of rock that have tumbled into place until you get quite a large number of rocks in here, and the garden should look interesting even before you plant your first plant.